Hi, good morning, good morning. So, good morning, everyone. So, we are live this morning. This morning, we are having a nice interview with representatives of RIGTECH Sonics Cycle Club, as well as our Miss Rowena Williams. You all know who that is. I hope you'll remember her. She's representing the Trinidad and Tobago Cycling Federation. All right, so what is going to happen today? We are going to learn about RIGTECH Sonics Cycle Club, and we're going to hear about what event is upcoming in March. I'm just going to give you all the hints. March. All right, so I hope that you all are ready to have a nice, chat. You'll feel free to come in the comment section and ask your questions, any information that you need to know, feel free to ask in the comment section, and everyone will let you know the answer to those questions. All right, so this morning, as I said, we have Mr. Roger Fronton, Mr. Wesley Williams, and Miss Rowena Williams. And here they are. So, good morning, team. How are you all doing
Good
this
morning, everyone.
morning? Okay, so I think Mr. Roger is muted, and
Good morning,
unfortunately,
everyone.
right,
But
Roger, yes, good morning. So we have
I should be
online
heard
right
okay.
now, tuning in Miss Lishra Jardine, Mr. Sherlan Coffee, Sonali, blessings to you all. So for those of you all who are online, we are streaming on Burn Team Global Media as well as our YouTube channel, Burn Team Global Limited. Right? Sherlan is confirming that we are sounding good because we need to make sure that everyone is hearing us. All right, so let us get this thing rolling. So what happens, we need people to comment so they won't miss the information. Of course, we know that they can go back and get the information, look at the live a little later on. So here we are live with representatives of the RIGTECH Sonic Cycle Club, Mr. Roger Fronton and Wesley Williams. So we see that Mr. Roger Fronton gave his description. He is the manager and vice president of the RIGTECH Sonic Cycle Club. Mr. Wesley, let the people know who you are. What is your role and function in RIGTECH Sonic Cycle Club?
Roger, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead, Wesley.
All right, no problem. Good morning, everyone. Shika, thanks so much for having us here. Um, I how do I put this right? I am
A cycling
when it comes to
enthusiast.
cycling in Trinidad and Tobago, and especially with the RIGTECH Sonics. I am the voice of Chicago and informing the public about the sport of cycling. So that is the role that I take on, and once you come out of March 29th, you'll be able to get some more of that from me. So,
Okay.
Roger, over to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Go ahead, Roger. So, Roger, tell us a little bit about yourself as well as RIGTECH Sonic Cycle Club, how long you've been with the club, etc.
Yeah, good morning, all. And of course, I'm Roger Frontin. I am manager, VP of the RIGTECH Sonic Cycle Club. And I have, from very small, I had a passion for cycling or for riding, more or less. I am also uh, wellness. I'm really into wellness and fitness. So I took automatically to cycling. But I started with RIGTECH Sonic Cycle Club really by just so happened that I have two kids who like to ride as well. And of course, we have this open space in San Fernando, the Sonics Park, and Skinner Park, sorry. And I took my children there to at least to use the space. And there I met Noel Luces, who was the coach of Sonic Cycle Club at the time. And is there it all started. We became very good, very, very close friends. And my children started to ride, and they really took to it. And given the fact that my background really wasn't in cycling, I was also involved in other sports. I started to seek formal training and started coaching. And that was in 2006, thereabouts.
Okay.
And the children went on to until they were adults. They were competing at a very high level. And I, after they left and started to pursue their studies more or less, I continued with the RIGTECH Sonics Cycle Club. Unfortunately, Noel passed in 2012, and a couple of supporters, included Rowena, who was very senior in the Trinidad and Tobago Cycling Federation. We made a decision to continue with the RIGTECH Sonics Cycle Club, and fortunately, also Noel always shared his vision for where he wanted to take cycling in Trinidad and Tobago, and so we used that template to be where we are today and pursuing cycling. In the early 2000s, cycling in Trinidad was almost dormant. So by 2006, 2007, Noel was working really hard to get cycling back on as a main sport in Trinidad and Tobago, as it was in the past. And he was well on the way to get there, inclusive of talking the background for a indoor cycle track and all those things. And I firmly believe, and a lot of people would agree with me, that Noel was the person who is responsible for having cycling where it is today. Yeah, so we have RIGTECH Sonics Cycle Club. The vision is the same. The approach has changed with the times. Yeah, but the end result is still there to grow the sport, to provide a safe and comfortable environment for our cyclists to reach, whether it's recreationally competitive as very high performance. We are there to provide that kind of support.
Right. So in terms of like training sessions, how can persons, let's say, join RIGTECH Sonic Cycle Club?
Well, our base is really at Skinner Park, and we are there on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Depending on what the cycling calendar have, we are also there on Saturday mornings. But if we have competition or we doing any other rides, we don't be there on a Saturday. But most times you can catch us at the Skinner Park on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 to 8 o'clock.
Okay. All right. So you all heard that, first, people, right? So is there any let's say, can someone just turn up with their bike, or should they make contact with a representative from the club in order to join? Any requirement?
We consider Skinner Park to be an open space for the Burgesses of San Fernando and beyond. So if you come to Skinner Park and you say, I'm interested in cycling or whatever it is, of course, there are a lot of safety protocols to be used, because at that same time, some people may be training at a very high speed, etc. So we go through some of the safety protocols, because it's just only 333 meters, and we are all trying to use this space so that we share the space so that we could meet whatever we are trying to do, our objectives.
Okay. What about Age.
Is
What about the age? Yes. What someone is actually asking that question. So from what age can someone join the RIGTECH Sonics Cycle Club?
well, we are by far the largest club in Trinidad and Tobago, and we have registered to compete um, cyclists. I wouldn't say kids, but cyclists from as young as 4 years old right up
Okay.
to 3 years old. Yeah,
Okay.
uh,
All
you
right.
come there. We teach people to ride to where you train to train, and we go through all the various phases of preparing people for whatever you choose to do in terms of cycling.
Okay. And in terms of I know, okay, so let's say a parent brings their child who is 3 years old, you will, guide them on what bike to get for the child, because I know you mentioned safety, because safety is always our first priority in almost anything that we do, right? So you will guide them along in terms of what type of equipment they need to ensure that their child is safe and so forth.
Yeah. We provide that service. We have a series of qualified coaches and
Mhm.
parents who are involved in the sport, and we help guide. We first of all we try to get some information out of the parents and also about the let's say the rider, and
Okay.
find out any medical issues, all those sort of things.
Mm-hmm.
As I say, we want to find out what your goals are. Do you want to really continue in cycling, or you just want to be recreational rider for fitness and so on? And then we
Right.
move to advise on what type of equipment we feel you should have, and also on the safety,
Yes.
helmets.
Yes.
When
Okay.
you also like you to wear helmets are mandatory, and
All right.
clothes not slipper and sandals, and those things. So
Yes.
keep the toesies and
Yes.
safe.
Yes. Yes. So you're like hearing that. So once it is you go down to Skinner Park, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. You will definitely meet Mr. Roger Fronten. Mr. Roger, that's a scooter you utilize to guide the cyclists around the cycle track, right?
Yeah, well, we use it as a tool,
Mm-hmm.
main closer to competition time.
Okay.
We use that bike to simulate racing speeds, to help
Mhm.
to. There are various phases of our training program, and you see,
Okay.
we have Grand Prix coming up. We had a race just um, 2 weeks ago. So
Mm-hmm.
we use the bike for simulations and for what we call motor pacing and so on, or we use it for
Okay.
warm up and so on. But the bike is an important tool for carrying out um, some of the training plans. It is incorporated into. We would say we have an event coming up in 2 weeks' time, national championships or whatever it is, and we need to
Mhm.
increase the intensity. So
Okay.
instead, we use riders to increase the intensity. We use the bike so that we could simulate to make the job easier.
Right. Nice. Understood. Understood. So, we will go to a quick break, and when we come back, we will have Mr. Rowena Williams of Trinidad and Tobago Cycling Federation. Let us know a little bit more about herself and what her roles and functions are.
Are you tired of waiting in long lines? Are you tired of saying, oh snap, I forgot to top up at an inconvenient time? Here's what. Burn Team has got you and your loved ones covered. No hassle, no worries. You can get topped up at the snap of your fingertips with both digital and Be Mobile, anywhere and anytime. You can pay with cash or online. WhatsApp us at 346-8730, where it's safe, easy, and convenient.
All right. So, Miss Williams, now it's your time.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So, you all would have met Miss Rowena Williams online, at different events, the health fair, um, the Paria ride. I think we bring in at a little, different points in time. So can you tell us a little bit more about, what it is you do in the cycling arena?
Hi, good morning, everyone, and thanks again for having me. We really appreciate the opportunity that you're giving to showcase cycling, to highlight cycling in Trinidad and Tobago. Me being Rowena Williams, the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Cycling Federation, from 2010 to 2014, and back again from 2021, 2024, and have had I've been brought back in for another term, 2025 to 2028. So it's a journey for me, being the president, but also being part of cycling, I could say for most of my life, coming into cycling through my parents, and working alongside a lot of the well established or well known persons in cycling, getting a lot of information and learning the sport through the older heads, through the ones that um, made cycling what it is today. Cycling started, and if people don't know, since 1950, the federation was formed, and
Okay.
we do have a number of persons uh, who would have been instrumental in growing the sport of cycling in Trinidad and Tobago and bringing it to the point where we are one of the number one sporting sport in Trinidad and Tobago, where we have a number of medals to our uh, name. And a lot of these cyclists have been able to perform at the highest level and bring home medals for Trinidad and Tobago. The one medal we yet to acquire, and we will get it, is at the Olympics. But every other international competition, cycling has been able to bring home medals. Commonwealth Games, Pan Am Games, Pan Am Championships, you name it, we have done it. Junior Worlds, World Championships, we have been able to produce, and that comes from the work being done through the clubs themselves. The clubs,
Mm.
the federation is made up of clubs.
Okay.
To date, we have over 22 clubs registered with the federation, with over 400 plus cyclists registered and competing. We have also casual riders who don't look to compete, but they just want to ride for the purpose of staying healthy and fit. And of
Right.
course, the benefits of riding a bike is quite, um, what should say, something that everyone should look into, because riding a bike helps maintain every aspect of the body. It works every aspect of the body, so that you would find, if you go to the doctor and they would recommend for you to bring down pressure, to do anything, riding a bike is one of the things that they would always send you to look at doing. Exercising, that's a form of exercise, and you don't need
Yeah.
to overexert yourself, but using it to capture every aspect of the body. So we encourage health and fitness through the bike also. As well, we also, look at promoting competition and bringing the youths, and the youths are the future. So where the
Yes.
elites are, where
Yeah.
the Nicholas Paul and they are now, they started off that way from ground up, and it brought them to this point, and we encourage the young ones. We are in a new a new Olympic year cycle. So the next Olympics is in 2028. So we are looking
Right.
at now the young ones coming up and how they are going to prepare themselves for that next Olympics in 2028. The years as they grow and they become into that elite. So we move from the youth developers, which is the young ones from 4 years to 12 years. And then we move to the 14, 15, 13, 14 years, that's tiny mites, 14, 15 juveniles, 17, 18 juniors, and then you go to elite, and then you have the masters. So, there's a transition, there's a long-term plan, and it's all about the development. And it all
Yeah.
starts with clubs and having their plans and their programs in place that would help. The federation is there to oversee and make sure that things are being done in accordance to rules and regulations, and of course to guide the processes as they grow.
Nice, nice. That's a lot of information we got there. That's really a lot of information. Thank you so much, Rowena, for that information and that insight, because I know that some persons are not aware of the number of clubs. So we have a question. Um, Aside from being site based in Seoul, does RIGTECH have any other branch in any other part of Trinidad and Tobago?
I'll take that one. Sorry, no, we are based in San Fernando. However, anybody in any other part of the island, there are quite a few other clubs. As a matter of fact, to date, there are 19 registered clubs within the Trinidad and Tobago. And most of the times, people make contact with us to find out about it. We put them on to areas, the clubs in the areas that they may be interested in getting involved. So I
Okay,
hope that
nice.
answers that question.
Okay. So what I will we will have a we'll go back to another, little quick break again. And when we come back, I maybe this time Wesley will take the floor in terms of speaking about the event that is coming up, and that way we could talk about, maybe some of the clubs that will be participating at the upcoming events, as well as where some of these clubs are located in Trinidad and Tobago, so they may have an idea. They may not be from South. They may be in the North. There might be a club in the North that they will, and they are interested in riding, whether it be for competition or for recreational purposes. So we will be right back.
Take it easy, I will do the work. You don't have to wild up yourself. Cause early bird tickets are available now for the greatest Bendover bus ride. Contact me at 346-8730. All roads lead to Clifton Hill. Outside.
Miss Lady, bubble and she bubble and she bubble and wine. Push back, give me the greatest bed, oh. Push back.
All right. So, Mr. Wesley William. Would you like to be the one, taking the floor now to speak
Yes.
about the upcoming event? We'll call you the PRO of RIGTECH Sonics for now. Yeah?
Thank you so much, Shamika. The big event. This is the Lucis Brothers Memorial Cycle Classic, and of course, this is an event with um, a lot of history on the cycling calendar in Trinidad and Tobago. This event has been held in its first instance in 2013 and has been continually held up until today. Of course, we would have had the bit of break in between with the COVID situation, but the RIGTECH Sonics has stayed true to maintaining this event on the calendar as a premier event, especially utilizing the brand new Skinner Park facility in San Fernando. This Memorial Cycle Classic was actually the first sporting event to utilize the newly opened Skinner Park facility. That would have been, I'd like to say 2022, Roger, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, 2022. That's right.
All right.
Yeah, so it was really a great opportunity. It's great for the athletes, it's great for the spectators as well. The hospitality, the seating, the just all the every aspect of the facility is really top class. And we'd also like to always thank the city of San Fernando, the mayor, and the councillors, and so on, because they work very closely with us in ensuring that everything is up to scratch for a top class event. So the event this year is scheduled to be held on Saturday, 29th of March, and racing starts promptly at 5 p.m. All right. We do have tickets available through our RIGTECH Sonics executive members and, of course, friends of the sport. The sport of cycling is such a family-oriented, close-knit community. While we have 19 or so clubs throughout Trinidad and Tobago, we all come together to support each other. And as Roger and Reno would have mentioned previously, the main objective is to one maintain that health and wellness aspect through the sport of cycling, as well as elevating the talent that we have here in Trinidad and Tobago. And very often we find natural talent here. We would have had cyclists going on to the world stage, and specifically referring to the RIGTECH Sonics, a lot of these guys had their foundation right here in San Fernando. So when we talk about Usain Philip, two-time past Olympian, he would have had a lot of his foundational years at the RIGTECH Sonics Cycle Club. So it's going to be a great event. It has been for many, many years. And what does this event really do is kick things off for the first half of the year, because the cycling calendar is packed weekend to weekend from now until, I would probably say, the 6th or 7th month of the year, especially as it relates to track cycling. And the RIGTECH Sonics especially, they pay a very, very close attention to the development of the youth. The RIGTECH Sonics Cycle Club is not only one of the biggest clubs in the country, but has one of the largest youth developer contingent that you would see racing across Trinidad and Tobago. And that is something that Noel really, saw as important. It's key to, in terms of nurturing talent, that we start at a very formative age and develop that as we come up. And Roger mentioned having a slew of qualified, certified coaches that understand the sport and understand how the human anatomy develops as it relates to achieving a level of high performance. And the RIGTECH Sonics has really they really have the formula down pat when it comes to that.
Right. Nice. So, a question that would have been asked is concerning the Losers Brothers Memorial Cycling Classic. Um, Mr. Webb is asking about sponsorship for this event. How do you all go about, because we know everything, there's a cost attached when you are, hosting events. So how do you all go about, getting sponsorship? Who do you all normally get sponsorship from, etc.?
Go ahead, Wesley. That is a PRO function.
So I'll take yeah, Roger, I'll take that. So, well, the sport of cycling, and I'll kind of start at a higher level here. The sport of cycling receives a bulk of funding from the government of Trinidad and Tobago, and that is, of course, managed by the Trinidad and Tobago Cycling Federation, and that is
Right.
utilized to support the sport throughout the particular budgetary year. But
Okay.
clubs that host events, of course, we do seek sponsorship from persons and businesses in the community. And the Lucas Brothers Memorial Cycle Classic over the years has had the opportunity to partner with so many great businesses, so many foundational, institutions in and around the city of San Fernando. And we're currently still seeking out more sponsorship, but I'd like to take the opportunity to recognize a few persons that are currently partnering with us for the 2025 edition of this event. Like I mentioned before, the city of San Fernando always they're in our corner supporting us, ensuring that the facility is up to scratch. We are our partners in health, the SWRHA. They are
Right.
on board with us to ensure, of course, the safety of cyclists because we're performing at this high speed. And as you mentioned earlier, Shamika, safety is our number one priority. So we'd like to thank the SWRHA for being our partners in that respect. We'd also like to thank the Culture Crazy radio team. That's WAC 90.1. They've
Nice.
been consistent with us over the years. Um, Running our ads and ensuring that we get that sort of coverage leading up to the event. Being a very community-centric radio station in the San Fernando area, we'd like to thank Mr. Ken Phillips and team over there at BAC. Of course, we have the support of the Trinidad and Tobago Cycling Federation that has sanctioned this event, and the Collective Care Foundation. I hope I got that right. They've been on with us as well. They've been present at the Paris Seats ride, and they use the opportunity of the sport of cycling bringing people together to educate those persons on many aspects of life and how they can improve in a holistic manner. But like I said, we are seeking continued support and sponsorship from businesses and persons in the area. So you can feel free to reach out to Roger or anyone at the RIGTECH Sonics Cycle Club to find out how you can support us in making this event successful.
Right. And very important question. What are the prices of the tickets to the event?
Beautiful. Listen, thank you so much for that question. We keep things affordable while providing and packaging an entertaining evening for you. So our ticket prices are $60 for adults, children 12 years and under $20, and children 5 years and under, they are free. So you can bring the entire family out, and have an enjoyable evening experiencing a sport or enjoying a sport that you have over the years at a very affordable price.
Yes, it is very affordable. So RIGTECH Sonic. So this is a question of how can one go about sponsoring or donating. Sonali, I don't know if you want to explain it. If it's a yearly donation, if it's particularly for RIGTECH Sonic Cycle Club, or if it's just for the event itself. But nonetheless, how can one go about giving a sponsor or a donation towards the RIGTECH Sonic Cycle Club?
My best
Do you
advice,
have like a
I
bank?
really appreciate that question because, yeah, definitely. And that information, interested persons can reach out to Roger Fronton, or I can also provide you guys with a phone number that you can reach out to, as well as an email, because it's all about getting in touch with us, understanding the needs of the club. If it's a situation where you'd like to donate towards prizes or any other aspect of the sport, you can definitely call 678-4578 or email sonics.cycle@gmail.com. We do really appreciate, like you say, any sort of assistance that can be lent to the club and its events, and the sport of cycling as a whole. So, like I mentioned earlier, it's a very community-based institution, the sport of cycling. So once we can come together and support each other, that'll be great. It's always appreciated.
Nice, nice. So everyone, upcoming is the Lucis Brothers Cycling Memorial Cycling Classic on Saturday, 29th of March at Skinner Park, San Fernando. The cycling event begins promptly at 5 p.m. Tickets are $60 for adults. That is, persons over the age of 12, and children 12 years and under, their tickets are only $20. And children 5 years and under, free, free, free. So the tickets are at a very, I don't even have to even call it affordable. It is more than affordable, right? Some persons spend that in one meal, right? And they buy numerous meals. So it's it's at a very reasonable cost. You can bring out the whole family without bursting your pocket. So tickets will also be
And
available.
Shanika,
I know that Wesley didn't mention this part, but
mhm.
now I have the opportunity of being a part of the planning committee for the cycling event. So tickets will be available at the National Center for Persons with Disabilities between the hours of 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And you can contact me at 346-8730. If it is you see me at the side of the road, I like to say also feel free, to get your tickets, right? So because we want the park to be full. So those who have never attended a cycling event, let me tell you, it has been really exciting. It's really exciting. It's even nice when you see the little ones, the 3 year, 4 year, 5 year olds, going cycling on their bikes, right? I always say one of my exciting races is Devil Take the Hindmost. I find that is one of I always look forward to that part of the cycling event because it's very, very it's exciting. Also, I can't remember what they call that one, but where it's two persons in that race. I can't remember what you call that one, Mr. Roger. Can you where it is it's having two cyclists and they're going back and who might take the front lead. I can't remember what you call that event. Which one is that?
That's a max sprint.
Right, match
Max
sprint,
sprint.
right.
Yeah.
So it is very exciting. When I hear those bikes passing at full speed ahead, the crowd really it is I would just say it's really an exciting moment. It will be on its feet because it's so exciting. Especially if you have someone, a cyclist that you are rooting for. So at this event, how many clubs are you all expecting
Yes,
to
Shanika, very
participate?
right. The
Yeah. Usually, you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Usually, in the past, we have done it so many times that we now have a trend, and
Mm-hmm.
all the registered clubs that compete are there, and it's always 19 to 20 something clubs, and
Okay.
total is in excess of 150 cyclists registered to participate on the day, inclusive of all the youths, total of all those cyclists. And an
Mm-hmm.
interesting factor is that the the majority of the elite cyclists show up for this event because it's a qualifier for our cyclists to make the national team for the Easter International Grand Prix, which is
Okay.
just weeks after. So, in order to qualify to make the national team for that event, you need to. This is one of the main events that is on the calendar, so that we would get the opportunity to see a lot of our elite riders compete at this newly developed beautiful Skinner Park.
Nice. So you're all hearing that, and there are more cycling events to attend. So that is, really great to hear. And as you mentioned, 19 to 22 cycle club. Can you like just point out so we know we have RIGTECH Sonics in South? What about persons belonging to the East or the West, North, off the top of your head? What cycle clubs may persons be able to find in those areas?
As a South person, let's deal with
Uh-huh.
our South clubs firstly. We
All
have
right, no
South
problem.
Eastern, South Clane, Hummingbird, Open Road Challenge,
Mm-hmm.
Awake Multisport, Valkyries, right here in San Fernando, right here in South.
Okay,
And if
okay.
we're in the East, we have a Rima Wheeler Cycle Club, we have
Mm-hmm.
Madonna Wheeler Cycle Club, and more More up north, we have Raiders, we have PSL Cycle Club. There's numerous all over, and Wesley being the announcer may be more conversant with the amount of clubs we have.
Right.
Yeah,
So
like Heatwave and so many clubs. I work over about 9 or 10.
yes, we covered quite a number of clubs. Right. So I think a
to make it
carrier.
Modern Cycle Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Wesley.
but if you come out to the event on March 29th, trust me, you'll get acquainted with all the clubs situated in and around Trinidad and Tobago. Clubs pop up every year with new athletes getting involved in the sport, new coaches, new strategies. So there is a space for everyone in the sport, no matter where you are located.
Nice. I'm seeing a very important question here. How does someone become a member of the club, and is there an online application or Facebook information?
To be a member of the club, there's a form that we have that would that we gather information on the riders, mostly health and do a cyclist profile, find out what your goals are and so on. And as a matter of fact, to be a member of the RIGTECH Sonics Cycle Club is actually
Mm-hmm.
free, because we
Okay.
always boast that we are sponsored. We are a sponsored club we are
Right.
sponsored by RIGTECH Services Limited, and they have been our sponsor for the past 19 years. Well, at least
Okay.
that group of companies. And
Right.
based on that, in order for us to give back to the community, we don't like have a registration fee. That is one of the ways that perhaps that is why we have been growing, and
Mm.
we use our funds to kind of offset that, to provide uniforms and so on.
Okay. Okay.
Just make contact with us. We are on Facebook and Instagram, and all my phone numbers are on those various platforms, and make contact with me, and we could talk further about getting involved with the sport. At first of all, at what level do you intend to, you know what I mean, get involved
Right.
with? You want to volunteer your time, you want to get involved with sports, or have some administrative skills you may want to share with us. We certainly would be happy to encourage or have you on board with us.
All right, thank you for answering that, because I was just about to ask, some persons may want to be a part of the club, but they might be afraid to get on the bike, and they may want to volunteer, or take a role in some other way. So that, administrative duties are also very important, and volunteering even for events that are taking place. So, for example, the Lucas Brothers Memorial Cycling Classic. Do you all need any volunteers? How can someone reach out? Can persons reach out and extend their assistance on that day?
Yeah, just reach out to us, any member of the team. But my number is mainly on the flyer and banners and so on, and the person more or less assigned to those tasks have the time to respond. You reach out to me, and certainly sure I'll get back to you. And
Okay.
as we're talking about administrative functions or other functions, there's really, Rowena should be speaking about this, but she had to step away for a while. It's something very interesting is taking place in the cycling fraternity, and Trinidad and Tobago has been selected to have make our indoor cycling facility a satellite center for the governing body, the UCI, for sport. And part of the functions of that is to provide training in various, for free that is, in
Mm,
various disciplines in cycling, from officiating, coaches, mechanics. Once you involve in the sport, and they bring in qualified coaches and experts in the various subject areas, and provide training so that we could build the capacity. As a matter of fact, annually there are cycling camps at the our cycling centers where, um, what the UCI did, or the reason for this satellite center, is so that our cyclists won't have to go to Switzerland at the main cycle center.
okay.
Cyclists from within the Pan American region, every year they come to Trinidad and Tobago at our indoor facility, and they um, train in various aspects of the sports, right down to paracycling. We had coaching courses for that up to late last year. They also, even those officials, they visit our Skinner Park track, and they are very impressed by the quality of the work. The track is a real developmental track. It isn't very highly banked. It's just 12 degrees, so that it
Okay.
is provide a lot of exciting cyclists for the youths, and for is really for entry level and so on. Is really good. But I really thought I'd mention that our federation have been able to negotiate to have a satellite center set up in Trinidad. We are extremely proud of that achievement.
Right. Yeah, that's really great to hear. So we will go back for a quick
And
break
Roger is so
again,
uniquely positioned.
right? And then Wesley will let us know what he was going to say, right? So we will be right back.
Are you tired of waiting in long lines? Are you tired of saying, oh snap, I forgot to top up at an inconvenient time? Here's what. Burn Team has got you and your loved ones covered. No hassle, no worries. You can get topped up at the snap of your fingertips with both digital and Be Mobile, anywhere and anytime. You can pay with cash or online. WhatsApp us at 346-8730, where it's safe, easy, and convenient.
All right. So, Wesley, you were about to add, a comment to what Mr. Franklin was saying.
Yeah, Roger was making an excellent point about the National Cycling Center and it being a UCI satellite center. And what I wanted to add was Trinidad and Tobago is so uniquely positioned in the cycling world, geographically as well. In the Western Hemisphere, the addition of the National Cycling Center to this side of the world, it really expands the availability of this sort of world-class 250-meter track facility to cyclists in the Caribbean and the Western Hemisphere. What I think is important to mention, as Roger also stated, that cyclists from across the region utilize our facilities
Right.
for cycling training as well as coaching and mechanical training. Our upcoming national track championships with Junction, Barbados, and Suriname. So we having the ability to have Caribbean and regional countries, as well as North American, South American countries joining us on our track right race. That gives our local cyclists the ability to increase their skill level by racing against not only the best parts locally, but those in the region. So they do get a better taste of what international competition is like in our backyard, essentially.
Nice. Nice. That is, very, very important. So more questions. So for those of you who are now, tuning in, we are live with the RIGTECH Sonic Cycle Club representatives. Earlier on, we had Ms. Rowena Williams, president of the Trinidad and Tobago Cycling Federation. Um, so what is happening? It's in March. So March 29th, there will be the Lucis Brothers Memorial Cycling Classic at Center Park, San Fernando, 5 p.m. sharp. Tickets are $60 for adults, children 12 years and under, $20, and children 5 years and under, free, free, free. So this is for those who are, now tuning in, right? Of course, you can always go back and take a look at the live for information that, you would have missed out on. So Mr. Webb is asking if BTG would be carrying the event live on that day. Very good question, Mr. Webb. We will see how it goes, but I know, Mr. Fronten, there is, a relationship has been built with someone, before, that they carry the event live on YouTube. Correct, Mr. Fronten?
Yeah. We over the past 3 years we have been
Mm-hmm.
working with another live stream provider,
Yeah,
we cover the event comes live. We have this issue, however, when we live
mhm.
stream the event, people may prefer to stay home and
Right.
view the
Not
this. So we
event
is
online.
we rather entertain you at our home Sonics as
Yeah.
opposed to having is something that we considering because we really would like to see our this beautiful facility filled.
Yes, most definitely. Y'all, and being there now, of course, there are persons who may not be able to leave their home for, many different reasons, right? So of course we know that there are advantages to having a event streamed live, but persons who are able to move about freely, no, there's no ailments, no sickness or anything. Come out, come out, come out, because it's a whole different experience when you are there in person. Being in person, there's nothing that can beat back being there in person. And as we said, the tickets are very reasonable. From now, if it is you save $5 from now till March, you're going to have it $60 every week. You put aside $5. You have your money to pay for a ticket. It's so reasonable, right? So we're going to repeat that again. Saturday, 29th March at Skinner Park, San Fernando, 5 p.m. sharp. It's starting because I know Mr. Roger, he will be able to, explain that, the cyclists warm up. You don't want, this is not, we're not going on training time this time around, because it is important that the cyclists are not thrown off guard. Everything must run smoothly. It's not no joke. This is we talking about professionalism. It's a, sport is a discipline, right? And of course, even though we know persons may take part in, cycling events for, just, to maintain their level of fitness, their wellness, and so forth. Cycling is a sporting discipline, which means there's a high level of professionalism when, engaging in this sport. So it is going to start on time, not Trini time, but the real time on the clock, 5 p.m. sharp. The event will be kicking off. So y'all don't miss out. Don't miss out. Skin and the venue is really nice. So I was able to get a little tour, see what it is like, covered stands, everything nice, right? And of course, there will be, it will always have the Nutsman. I know how much Nutsman might come out, right? And your refreshments
Well,
and so
we
forth,
actually have an entire food court area.
right. So you'll
Yeah,
hear
we
that
have
there's
an
a food
entire
court
food court
area.
area behind the grandstands. Yeah.
Nice. Right, so you all come out, support RIGTECH Sonic, support our cyclists, because I mean, who wants to, I mean, the cyclists, yes, they enjoy riding, but it is nice when you know they are supporters, they a person supporting them and showing them that you know they can do it. Because as Miss, for those of you who Miss Rowena Williams, she did say now, you know, the only event that Trinidad and Tobago didn't receive a medal would have been the Olympics. So once we, as Trinidad and Tobago, the Southland, I mean, persons from the East, West, North, and Central can also come on down to South to experience this event and to show South some love. You know, South is love, eh, people? So come on down to South, come on down to San Fernando, to Skinner Park. And Mr. Wesley has the background. I have Skinner Park. Oh, they see how nice Skinner Park looking behind Mr. Wesley there. It will be a very, very nice experience, right? And as we said, tickets, you can get your tickets before the day of the event. Don't come rushing down by the gate. When it comes, just to hand your ticket over and head inside Skinner Park, right? So you can get your tickets before the event itself. So as we said, $60. These adults are now considered 12 years and over. Those who are under the age of 12, $20, and children 5 years and under are free, right? So you can bring the entire family, right? And look how, you know, look out for the different clubs. And Mr. Frontin would have mentioned that, you know, this is like, you know, a qualifying event for the upcoming Grand Prix, Easter Grand Prix race as well. So, you know, look out for, you know, all these events. And of course, go on to RIGTECH Sonic Cycle Club Facebook page so that you can be well updated on what is happening. And of course, for those who are now tuning in, there are, you know, training sessions Tuesdays and Thursdays at Skinner Park, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Yeah, Mr. Ferrenton, I have that correct, right?
Yeah, you have it clean. I would like to talk
Right.
a little bit about the program. For a
Right.
program
Yes,
of
of
events,
course.
we have an exciting program set for this event. We have applied to the Trinidad and Tobago Cycling Federation for sanction, and they really impressed with it. Is what happened is this is our work in progress. We have been doing it over the years, and now we feel we have it clean. Yeah.
Nice.
Your event in particular, at the Olympic level, it is called the elimination, but it's really down here. The local name is for the devil take the hindmost. It is on the
Right.
program, and it is the big boys will be riding that. The
Okay.
elimination would be ridden by the Elite One riders. Also for the Elite One, there's an interesting event, a sprint event, which is the Karen. This is the one where the cyclists follow the bike from they start off at 30 Ks and they end up over 50 Ks, and the cyclists ride for 3 laps, full speed.
Mm.
So this is a major, exciting sprint event that is on the calendar as well. The qualifier for that is standing 500. Is another sprint event that is full of action. Is a qualifier, so all the cyclists, all the major cyclists, will be doing that as well. In addition to each of the kids, they will have 2 rounds of cycling before the intermission, and
Mm-hmm.
all the masters, all those riders you'll be riding 2 times. The
Okay.
elite riders will be having a lot of other exciting events. There's also a team sprint event, which is an Olympic event as well,
Mm-hmm.
where various teams will 6 of the best teams will be selected. So they will be having a team sprint event, which is very, very exciting, where the cyclists ride against the clock.
Okay.
And I'll be talking about Olympic events. Another fun fact is we reached so close to an Olympic medal in 2012 at the London Olympics. Jason Phillip, he rode for the 3rd and 4th place. It's just that he didn't. He was 4th in the Olympics. We just get away just by a fraction, or else we would
Yes.
have had an Olympic bronze medal at least to put on our tally. So that's
Yes.
just a fact. But I want to come back to the Luces Brothers Memorial Cycle Classic, and we talk about the starting promptly everything is in place. The only reason that where we will not start on time is if we don't have two ambulance on site, right? In
Right.
order to have
Mm-hmm.
a smooth program, we have all the safety protocols in place, supplemental police, we have everything else. If we don't have the coverage for the riders, we will not start. Yeah,
Okay.
and we have
Yeah.
two different providers so that anything happens, we covered in terms of first responders to take care of the
Yes.
whatever it is. But anything other than that, we take the injured to the hospital for further treatment. And we
Right.
also, in order for us not to stop the program, we always have a backup on spot.
Okay. Right. So that takes us back to safety being the first priority. Right. And, that is really important. So thanks for clearing that up, Mr. Roger Frontin. Because, yes, of course, I know I did say it promptly, but I'm glad to know that you all are taking safety, precautions. That is very, very important for our athletes on that day. So even though, yes, the San Fernando General Hospital is right up the hill, we need to make sure there's ample, backup, that those first responders have a very important duty on that day. So thank you very much for, letting that be known. So we know that our, athletes, our cyclists are safe and they are in good hands. Most definitely. Right. So I think everybody got a lot of information today on who RIGTECH Sonic Cycle Club is, what they do, days of practice. So we'll just reiterate RIGTECH Sonic Cycle Club. They are their home base is Skinner Park, San Fernando. Training sessions are Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Um, in terms of the Lucis Brothers Memorial Cycling Classic, that is on Saturday, the 29th of March at Skinner Park, San Fernando, starting at 5 p.m. And tickets can be purchased before the event at the National Center for Persons with Disabilities. And you all can contact me for those said tickets at 346-8730. Ticket prices, or I should say contribution. It's only $60 for adults. Those are persons 12 years and over, persons under 12, only $20 for they to pass buy that at any point in time. And children 5 years and under, free, free, free. A lot of exciting cycling um events to look forward to. The different categories we have. So what we have tiny tots and how it is going again. Let us know those categories.
I'll give Wesley to give us
All right,
that
let's
So we
see
information.
have
the announcer.
the youth developers, and as Roger mentioned, the Sonic Cycle Club has cyclists from the ages of 4 up until 73. So we start with the youth developers, the BMX cyclists. We move into the tiny mites, the juveniles, the juniors, and then the elite cyclists, one over the age of 18, 19, thereabouts. They are separated in a couple of categories as well. Then we go into the masters cyclists that starts from 40 plus and all the way up until 70 plus. So there are events for all age groups, and it really is exciting. Range of athletes, because age matters not on the cycle track, and it's really exciting to see them all come out and enjoy and participate and compete at such a high level. Shamik, I just wanted to take the opportunity to mention really quickly as well, the RIGTECH Services Limited family. They have, as Roger mentioned earlier, supported the Cycle Club for many, many years, and we would not be able to deliver this level of camaraderie and competition to the city of San Fernando and environs without the support of RIGTECH Services Limited. And folks, just a couple bits of information as well about the event. There is going to be secured parking available for the general public at the Skinner Park second ground. Um, we do have the support of the blanket security team as well as the municipal police from the city of San Fernando. So it's going to be a safe, secure environment for all, and no need to worry about what you're going to walk with to eat and drink throughout the evening. We have a large concession area with a number of vendors available for you all. So make sure to come out with the family. We have lots to see, lots to do, lots to eat and enjoy. You can't come to Skinner Park San Fernando and leave without your belly full. So trust me, it's going to be an exciting sport, camaraderie, and enjoying cycling for what it is in Trinidad and Tobago.
Nice. Thank you, Wesley, for sharing that information. So persons know the environment. It is going to be a safe space where it is you can bring your family to enjoy, cycling event that will be full of excitement. There will be food and snacks and drinks. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to open no cooler and all these things. There will be drinks there. Everything is at a very reasonable cost, and just it is just going to be fun, and everything reasonable. Everything we know, things times are tough, right? So for this live that was done, look out for the rerun at 2 p.m. on Burn Team Global Limited page. All right. So we are live right now on the BTG Media page. So look out for the run. Rowena is back, so maybe she can just, give some, words of encouragement to cyclists and anyone on the platform, Rowena.
Well, we want to thank everyone for being part of the interview and coming out and supporting the event. And of course, we know that the event the cyclists all look forward to. It is well attended by all the cyclists in Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, it's a time when we have family togetherness. It's really a time of family togetherness. People come out, we have fun, we enjoy it. And it's also going to be used as a qualifier for the cyclists for the upcoming International Easter Grand Prix, which is in Easter weekend. So cyclists are vying for national team selection, and it's all part of the fun and excitement of part of what cycling is about. So we want to
Yes,
welcome everyone and feel free to touch base.
yes. Thank you so much, Rowena. So, thank you, Member of the RIGTECH Sonics Cycle Club. We want to thank Mr. Wesley Williams as well for, joining us this morning. I will consider him the public relations officer. And of course, he will be on the ground, on the field as the announcer because he knows he has it down pack. He has that, experience. And thank you very much, Ms. Rowena Williams, President of Trinidad and Tobago Cycling Federation, for tuning in this morning, joining and, giving, that wealth of information. So everyone provided very valuable information this morning. So we thank you all. Look out for the rerun of this interview a little bit later this afternoon. And people, just make sure your family ready, walk with your flags because we know there'll be a lot of Trinidad cyclists. So bring out your little bandana, your Trinidad and Tobago bandana. Come with the energy, come, just full of spirit to support the cyclists on Saturday, the 29th of March, 5 p.m. at Skinner Park. All right, so your thank you so much for tuning
We just
in.
want to remind persons, Chamika, if we can remind
Mhm.
persons that even if they're walking with their stuff, no bottles will be allowed.
No, but this is bottles or glass bottles?
Correct. No glass
Glass.
bottles allowed.
No glass bottles allowed. So you all heard that no glass bottles are allowed. Be making sure that while yes we have plenty reinforcement in terms of security personnel, no glass bottles allowed because it's furthermore for safety purposes, right? So we're making sure everything is done correctly. So thank you all for joining in this morning and take care. We wish you all the best in the event on Saturday, the 29th of March, right? So it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Real talk, real estate, I want you back. Invest in what will never go back. You walk like nobody business, so me wanna make you my company. You are the healing, the herb, and me sickness. That's why you are my company. You live a rich life, chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. Girl, you know your sweet life, chocolate, 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 chocolate. And you live a rich life, just what chocolate. Girl, you rich, chocolate. Girl, you rich, chocolate. Girl, you rich, and you know you're sweeter than you're the one I'm looking for. Give me all your loving now, yeah. Cause I know you are love, plenty. I might be lucky, no I don't know. Lucky, you hook me baby, finally, oh. Sexy, watch bam bam rolling like tornado, like tornado. Look how I jam in that bumper, till we bounce a cosa. You're giving me fever, baby put it in front of me. Bumper, till we bounce a cosa. You're giving me fever, baby put it in front of me. When you give me all of that, I catch a heart attack. I feeling something on me, no I can't hold it back. Baby put it on me, cause I want you to go home with me. When I'm feeling under the weather, you just make me feel sweet. Ice the cocoa tea, use the sugar, and together we are complete, darling. Heat me up, only you alone can put fire back in the soul. Heat me up, and they telling me I should leave that fire alone. Well, the more they tell me, the more I'm holding you close. I could never let you go. Miss Ocean. Girl, I'm coming home, I want to see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah. Miss Ocean, when you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, put a button on the fire. Bubbling, it's over. Raise the temperature higher. Coming in, closer. Pull up. That is true. Feeling on that you just make me feel sweet. Ice the cocoa tea, use the sugar, and together we are complete, darling. Heat me up, only you alone can put fire back in the soul. Heat me up, and they telling me I should leave that fire alone. Well, the more they tell me, the more I'm holding you close. I could never let you go. Miss Ocean, girl, I'm coming home, I want to see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah. Miss Ocean, when you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, put a button on the fire. Bubbling, it's over. Raise the temperature higher. Coming in, closer. Make the thing catch on fire. It's all on the ground, all over the counter. Yeah. With that button on the fire. Yeah. It's your cocoa I barely could concentrate. I feel a sugar rush in my vein. One cup, it does make my day. I'm missing it when I'm gonna love you. Heat me up, only you alone can put fire back in the soul. Heat me up, girl, you are that thing I could never leave you alone. No, and no matter what they could say, I'm holding you close. I could never let you go. Miss Ocean, girl, I'm coming home, I want to see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah. Miss Ocean, when you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, put a put on the fire. Bubbling, you're bubbling, you're bubbling it over. Raise the temperature higher. Coming in, you're coming in, you're coming in closer. Make the thing get you. Now what she like? Don't turn off the lights. Now what she like? Can't believe a sweet girl like you. We got tell her no sweetness, tie she weakness. Yeah. No feelings, just walk it up like you mean it. No sweetness, tie she weakness. Yeah. No feelings, just walk it up like you mean it. Girl, wine and go down, waistline flow like a melody. Go down, pretty pretty girl, you are the recipe. Go down, fire in the kitchen, my girl, where you cook that, cook them. Let me see. Nice man can keep your interest. Come with flowers and they get dismissed. You have to handle the business proper. Oh Lord, tell you what she like. Tell you what she like. She wants some action in she life. Come good or just don't come at all. Tell you what she like. Tell you what she like. Tell you what she like. She want the roughness in she life. And when I put down the work, watch how she face light up. Boy, no sweetness, die she weakness. Yeah. No feelings, just walk it up like you mean it. No sweetness, die she weakness. Yeah. No feelings, just walk it up like you mean it. All eyes on you, all eyes on you. Girl in the middle of the dance. See when you get in the mood, you make it jiggle. All eyes on you, never turn the light till you did like that. 'Cause I believe in the truth, and I just wanna live good. I know I know dirty secrets fighting me and you, boy. I could only drive one car at a time, but I still want to, Cause everything is balance, right through life, what we want is balance. So be a good wife, what you need is balance. Bend down, touch your toe and balance, go low and balance. Love comes from a place where we don't get jealous, and we don't live like no dream sellers. I say we keeping it real, I'm telling you like it is. I'll be there for you with anything you're facing. I'll be your sunlight when it's raining. Stay together and we going places. Yeah. I'll be by your side no matter the case. We have a one-way ticket to greatness. Girl, I don't want to lie, 'cause I believe in the truth, and I just wanna live good. I don't want no dirty secrets fighting me and you, boy. I could only drive one car at a time, but I still want to, And let me get to the truth, I just wanna live good. Lose the sun could shine the same time with the moon, boy. I could only drive one car at a time, but I still want to, She said take it easy.
Are you tired of waiting in long lines? Are you tired of saying, oh snap, I forgot to top up at an inconvenient time? Here's what. Burn Team has got you and your loved ones covered. No hassle, no worries. You can get topped up at the snap of your fingertips with both digital and Be Mobile, anywhere and anytime. You can pay with cash or online. WhatsApp us at 346-8730, where it's safe, easy, and convenient.
Take it easy, I will do the work. You don't have to wind up yourself, because early bird tickets are available now for the greatest bend-over bus ride. Contact me at 346-8730. Orders Lisa, Clifton Hill. Outside.
Oh, Miss Lady, bubble and she bubble and she bubble and wine. Push back, give me the greatest bed, oh. Push back.